Hello guys, this is the Cycle of Life with TES podcast where we say no to vices and yes to change from inside out. On today's bright episode we will be focusing on a deep dive into the fear of being scared to lose control. The fear of losing control is a pervasive and often deeply ingrained fear that can affect various aspects of an individual's life. This fear can manifest in relationships, professional settings, personal decisions, and even in how one interacts with their own emotions and thoughts. Understanding the fear of losing control requires delving into its psychological roots, its manifestations in daily life, and the ways in which it can impact an individual's well-being and relationships. Talking about the psychological roots of the fear of losing control. The fear of losing control can stem from a variety of psychological factors. One of the primary roots of this fear is the human need for security and predictability. Humans have an inherent desire to feel safe and to believe that they can influence their environment to achieve desired outcomes. When this sense of control is threatened, it can lead to feelings of anxiety, fear, and vulnerability. Past experiences where an individual felt a loss of control can lead to a heightened fear of losing control in the future. These experiences can condition a person to be more anxious about maintaining control in various situations. The desire for autonomy and self-determination is a fundamental human need. A fear of losing control can be tied to a fear of losing autonomy over one's decisions, actions, and life path. Individuals with perfectionistic tendencies may have a heightened fear of losing control because they strive for everything to be orderly, predictable, and according to plan. Furthermore, manifestations in our daily life and fear of losing control can manifest in numerous ways in daily life. It can affect how individuals interact with others, how they make decisions, and how they cope with stress and uncertainty. In relationships, a fear of losing control might lead to difficulties in trusting others, delegating tasks, or allowing others to have input in decision-making processes. In professional settings, this fear might lead to micromanaging, difficulty in delegating tasks, or an excessive need to control outcomes. The fear of losing control can lead to anxiety about making decisions or dealing with unexpected changes or challenges. It can impact how one manages stress and copes with uncertainty. The fear of losing control can have significant impacts on an individual's well-being and their relationships with others. A persistent fear of losing control can lead to heightened levels of anxiety and stress. This can affect mental health, physical health, and overall quality of life. This fear can strain relationships and make collaboration difficult. It can lead to conflicts or difficulties in trusting others and working as part of a team. A fear of losing control might hinder personal growth by causing an individual to avoid risks or changes that could lead to new opportunities or learning experiences. Addressing the fear of losing control involves understanding the underlying causes of this fear, recognizing its manifestations in daily life, and developing strategies to cope with feelings of uncertainty and lack of control. Practicing mindfulness can help individuals become more aware of their need for control and learn to accept uncertainty. Developing resilience can help individuals better cope with situations where they feel a loss of control. Talking to a therapist or counselor can provide strategies for managing the fear of losing control and its impacts on life. Finally, the fear of losing control is a complex and multifaceted issue that can have significant impacts on an individual's life. By understanding the roots of this fear, recognizing its manifestations, and developing strategies to address it, individuals can work towards reducing the negative impacts of this fear and improving their overall well-being. Do you want me to expand on any aspect of the fear of losing control? Or is there another topic you'd like to explore? If yes, comment more. Thanks for listening to the Cycle of Life with TES podcast where we say no to vices and yes to change from inside out. For donations and support, don't forget to share and check bio for Binance ID to give out support.